Okay, my name is Freya Johnson. I'm running for the Freedom by Design director. I have been the Freedom by Design director already. We are planning to build a ramp on April 23rd. And yeah, before joining AIAS, I have been the president and founder of the art club here on campus. We've had like meetings every week and stuff. And I'm also been the Freedom by Design director for now. And I'm interested in doing it again since this chapter did not exist here before appointed to Freedom by Design director. So.
Okay, so hello, my name is Wrileidy Lopez. I am running for president or vice president for the upcoming year. And as a president, I want to contribute to the diversification of the chapter, provide resources to underclassmen in order to provide software knowledge, use resources to explore architecture beyond the confines of our campus. I'm currently a graphic designer participating in the mentorship and Freedom by Design program here at AIAS. And I plan to apply my skills of being very organized and prioritizing work, attention to detail, and always having a strong work ethic to better improve plans in the future. One of my main goals is to continue to collaborate with other groups and the department to improve the chapter's future. With that in mind, I want my leadership skills of the past from Lawrence High School as a sergeant for JROTC will also help me out with this as a future president or vice president, because I'm already used to leading people and having a better, a bigger role in other people's life, and also like being a leader in a community like here at the Department of Architecture.
Okay. Hello, I am Helen, and I am running for treasurer. I am currently the event coordinator of the AIAS and the treasurer for Women in Architecture. So I feel like that kind of relates to what I'm running for. I'm usually very organized, and I manage my finances like pretty well.
Okay. Hi guys. For those who don't know me already, I'm Hannah, and I'm currently a junior studying architecture and building construction technology while minoring economics and information technology here at UMass Amherst. And so yeah, this is what I do here at the school. So today I'm running for the position of vice president here at AIAS at UMass Amherst. And I aspire to take the responsibility in facilitating the president to provide the architecture students here at UMass Amherst all the opportunities they need to succeed in both the academic field and the professional field. So I've been previously exposed to the role in my previous experience by being the vice president in the student chapter at the National Organization of Minority Architects here at UMass Amherst. And I have taken several responsibilities in this role, such as helping to write the bylaws for the club, planning events for the general club meetings, communicating with our club advisors to record important pointers and useful suggestions, as well as in ensuring communication and correspondence with the UMass Architecture Department. And finally, connecting with the faculties to get involved with planning events, such as the diversity, equity, inclusion, student-led discussion, and more. In addition, being part of the graphic design team in AIAS for the semester and attending multiple e-board meetings have granted me many useful experiences and insights in how the AIAS chapter here at UMass Amherst should work. I will pick up the work from the current vice president, Faye, and help our club to connect better with the UMass Architecture Department and faculties, hence allowing the students' voice to be heard in the department and taken seriously. Most importantly, help to grow the AIAS chapter here at UMass Amherst. With my past experiences, I will further develop AIAS with the fellow elected e-board members. Thank you.
So I'm Brianna Pappas. I mostly go by Bree. I am running for president, secretary, and graphic design coordinator / social media coordinator. My major is architecture with a concentration in architecture, and I have some minors in art history, French, and a certificate in Italian. So working on a lot of different stuff there. Should I talk about my goals?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so for goals, I really want to work on closing the gap between the different design sections, the grad studios, and the professors in the department. Being that I've been in AIAS since I was a freshman, I've noticed this kind of isolation of our organization and our chapter, and I feel like it's inhibited us from really branching out and making those huge connections. So my goal is to carry on the success that we've had from past presidents, upholding the new bylaws and just being very professional and organized and carrying that out, and then moving on and really trying to engage the younger studios and closing the gap with the professors so they take us more seriously and we're involved in more events and getting more people to come and talk and things like that. That's as far as my interest in president goes. For secretary, I have big organization skills. I'm very detail oriented, and I just think it's very important to get down all the notes, everything that's important, making sure everyone's voices are heard and getting down everyone's opinions and making sure that they're shared with everyone who's interested, even people who don't attend, just making sure that information is very accessible to anyone who wants to know about it. And then for graphic design and social media coordinator, I've had experience with that for, is this the second year maybe? And it has developed a lot, and I'd say it's still in its beginning phases or really starting to get a team together. And I would be more than happy to continue on growing our graphic design team and getting more people interested in that, and just sharing everyone's unique talents in regards to the arts and graphic design. I feel like that would add a very unique flavor and personality to our chapter if we were able to put out everyone's own unique and expressive talents.
So overview of positions: president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, Freedom by Design director, graphic design, and social media coordinator.
So the current e-board is doing a very good job, and I think that the president and the current e-board should improve its ability to use resources for architecture students or members of the AIAS to sort of explore architecture beyond the campus. And even though it's been so hard, I think it's something that should improve so that other students are more drawn into the program and become more appealed into, I'm part of this education experience, but AIAS offers me the opportunity to experience architecture beyond the campus, and sort of like, oh yeah, they're actually giving me the opportunity to explore and experience other things that are not provided here. So I think that's one of the main ones that I was trying to focus on. Okay, thank you. Bree?
So my goal as president, I think that, we have so many excellent tools that we have to offer undergrad and grad students, and even people that are kind of outside of our major that are still working within the arts and design. And I would really love to work on more student engagement. We have great topics for our meetings, and I think, they've been pretty successful, but we have to expand and get more people involved somehow. And I think that can be achievable through us being a more not brave, but really just like going out people, introducing ourselves, making our names known, really like bugging people about who we are, because I feel like once they know what we have to offer, then they'll be more willing to come. Working on making connections, bringing our friends bringing their friends, and kind of just expanding out in that way. Definitely putting up more advertising, which of course would go hand in hand with the graphic design, social media aspect, having more flyers, QR codes, things like that. So we are more accessible to people in our department.
I can go first. Since I said in my little speech earlier, I have been exposed to this position in my previous experience. And something I think is really important, it's definitely helping, like having this bound with the president, that you guys have this friendship, and most importantly, having this collaboration, this idea of collaboration, and knowing what to do and how you can help the president to facilitate the club into a better club. And something I think is important as that we keep mentioning, it's kind of building the strong connection with the faculty, and how can the vice president help the president to do that. And when the president is not present, and when the president is not available to kind of connect with the faculty, when the president doesn't have enough time to do such things. And I think here's the vice president's responsibility to reach out to the faculty and kind of nag them about what they want, and how the club AIAS can be a part of the department, and therefore the students have more of a say and more of a voice, thus have a bigger change in the department. So the architecture department is not just a department for the school, but more a department for the students. And I think that's what the vice president should do.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking the same thing, and I would further say that it is very important to work together. Work together and sort of like adapt to each other, because sometimes like we are working with group members and we don't often understand each other. But I feel like our adaptability for further understanding of mutual relationships, let's say, it would be very important. So I feel like that would improve in our communication and how things could get done as quick as possible, and sort of like having the flexibility of, oh, if you're not going to be there, I will be there, and sort of representing the president is very important. So it is very important that we have bonds and also are there for each other. So
I guess I would like email them. Would I call them advisor? Yeah, I would email the advisor and ask them like basically what's going on, and like communicate that, like, well, I feel like communication is kind of key, like you said, and I feel like I've done this before with like team stuff, and like just like scheduling, reserving rooms and all that, so I have a bit of experience with that.
That's a really good question. And in the past, when I've had something like this, whether it be a job where I know there's people are going to be understaffed and my presence is especially important, I really prioritize that thing. Anything else that, is a daily schedule, whatever, like say I have a commitment to CrossFit, an athletic decision that I've made for myself, I will move that aside for the benefit of AIAS, because I recognize that this national organization cannot function without someone like a scribe or a secretary to take down the notes. It's a huge part of who we are. So I would make space for that regardless of what's going on. In the case of being sick or ill or some sort of an injury, there's only so much you can do to work around that, but at the end of the day, my presence is extremely crucial in that kind of situation, and I'm hoping that I'd be able to work it out with whoever's meeting, maybe wearing a mask or meeting virtually or something like that, so I could still ensure that I'm getting everything down.
Okay, so I guess one community we're kind of working with right now is Stavros Center for Independent Living, and helping making people's homes more accessible to them, like building ramps and such. But I guess outside of here, I guess another community sort of like that would be, I guess the deaf. I've had coworkers who were deaf before, and I've I guess learned sign language to try and communicate with them, and I guess maybe figuring out something through that, through architecture, to try and accommodate people would also be interesting.
So the graphic design coordinator, director, whatever title that we want to give it, is really the gap between everyone else and the group, our team. We're bridging and closing that gap to try to interact with everyone and to provide interest. So the graphic design director, let's say, is holding subordinates accountable for artistically and graphically engaging other people to ensure that we're going to have a higher attendance percentage throughout the semester, and really planning out the events that we're having and working closely with the president to see which events do we need graphic designs for, what kind of information can we be putting out there, and how do we want to be representing ourselves, and then making sure everyone below, per se, submitting their art is doing that successfully.
Thank you all for presenting today and for your speeches. You're all going to be wonderful. I believe in all of you. And vote. You guys all get to vote too.
Yay.
Voting will close Monday at midnight. Follow us on social media to see the posts. UMass AIAS. Right?
AIAS UMass.
AIAS UMass.